Hey, Steve Zonardo here with Treviso Realty. Happy Monday morning. It's actually Sunday evening, but we're doing this report because we are not going to be in the office until the afternoon. So, quick update in the current market. We're at 15,642 units. Again, down since last week and 450 closed in the last 7 days. So, the market's going great. Estero, for example, we're at 484 units. Available on the market right now with 18 closed in the last 7 days, which is obviously amazing. We're sub 500 units in Estero and sub 16,000 for all of Southwest Florida. One concern I need to bring up, because as prices are stabilizing and are starting to increase, the appraisals are starting to cause an issue. And this is what we're advising clients as well, because we can sell properties for whatever we want, but then the appraisals come in and they throw off, the sale of these homes. And depending on what your buyer is putting down on the property is usually going to be an issue. If they're putting a lower percentage down on the home, it's going to be an issue clearly because it won't gap, let's say, the appraisal. But what we're finding is not even the house values, because if you look at what housing is right now and what they're selling for and what they're currently listed at, we're not overselling anything. This is what the market is. It just needs to be picked up. And I think what's happening is, because we've gone through, I think, a few bad appraisals right now and stuff I've never seen before in my entire life. I'll give you an example. We sold one home in Estero, and literally the appraisal came in something really short, like 5 or 10K, okay? And then ultimately you look at what these appraisers are putting together. Let's just say it's Verdana Village, for example. You're going to find all the comps in Verdana Village. You're going to find there's two builders here. It's very simple. It's either a Pulte or a Lennar. And there's an amazing amount of properties in that division. So let's just say if you're getting a scenic or an executive or an echelon series, you're going to have 10 to 15 choices per series in order to get an appraised value. So very simple. So with this appraisal, we had, again, we sold it for, it closed now, so I can identify the price. It sold for $460,000. They appraised it, I think, $10,000 below, something silly. And then ultimately, they didn't take into consideration it has a full Generac system. That's a $12,000 to $15,000 upgrade. It had a south rear exposure on a lake, and it was a Pulte unit. So what they were doing, there's enough scenics in the area that will give you enough average sales price of like $450 to $460 without a southern exposure, without a lake, and without a Generac. So we're 100% like appraised. We actually undersold the property. To be honest, I think we could have got another $10,000 or $15,000 more, but client wanted to blow it out. This is the best way to do it, have it at comparable, competitive prices, and we sold it within 5 or 6 days. For Florida, that's like hyper speed. It's not even, that's like a northern type sale where you sell it within a week, which is great. So again, obviously it was a good product and it sold. And looking at these appraisals, we've been around the block 1,000 times, or like 1,000 transactions personally. So we've seen 1,000 of these things. Let's just say these appraisals. I've never seen so many bad appraisals. This one and another unit as well. What they did is if you're going to do an appraisal, the communities are very simple. You just map out Verdana Village, you get your comps, and you move forward. What they were doing is they were actually piecing other sales in other communities, like the Place, which is across the road. The area's 7 to 9 years, so it's an elder product, and they were matching a Lennar product versus a Pulte, which we know those are two different products. And when you buy a Pulte product, it's $80,000 to $100,000 more with the same square footage. That's just normal. So you're going to kind of stay with that appraisal value with that, because it's quality. We are getting better quality with Pulte, clearly. And so we had to send that back to get a second appraisal. We sent it back, and voila, the appraisal came in $10,000 to $15,000 more than, let's say, the last one, and still very conservatively, but it was able to kind of push the deal and close. I didn't even let my client know about it, to be honest. I kind of just dealt with it on his behalf. I just remapped it and sent the comps what the appraiser should be looking at, and it went through. Now, another property as well, this one came in very short, and I guess where we sold it and where we're doing the deal at, it's not too far off, but it is very short for the property itself. Like if you're on a street with sales of $800,000 to $1 million, you backtrack, you kind of dummy down all the upgrades. You're going to be in and around. Let's say for this example, this house should sell between $730,000, and appraisal came in at $650,000, which doesn't even make any sense. If you look at all the past comps that sold right on the same street and like neighbors, these guys are going into like different zones and picking up all these different units, which didn't make any sense. Not only that, with this particular appraisal, they had, I've never seen in my entire life. Like, again, we where we're from originally, we have like a one pocket of like a Southern Asian community where there's a lot of like fraudulent, mortgage work, and usually they would, again, we don't usually deal with that, but we know of it, so because it's not totally our zone. But if you're going to use live comps, like an actual listing, you're going to make sure it's higher than what you sold for, so you can, bump up the appraisal value and get this thing appraised. That's usually what you do. You wouldn't do live listings and undervalue what you currently trying to get the appraisal at, right? You want to get the appraisal at a number that makes sense to the bank, so they give you the money and the deal closes. This was like I've never seen anything so like disastrous, right? So ultimately, they give you a live listing, like current listing that's on the market, which should never be. It has to be a sold comp, what a buyer's willing to pay for a property. And then they put an expired listing in this. So you had 6 comps to work with. 4 of them were all over the place. 4 comps are all over the place. And then 2 really should never have been there. So clearly we had an issue on appraisal. And now we're trying to get into like a second appraisal and go from there, because ultimately the value's there. If you kind of look at the build quality, the location, everything that the house has going for it, it's a 700 plus house, no doubt, especially in today's market. But this is where we're running into appraisal issues. And we sold another property in Naples just recently, and I advised my client the same thing. I said, it doesn't matter if we can sell it for X. If we don't have like a substantial deposit by your buyers, 20, 30, 40% down, it's going to cause an issue, especially if they don't want to pay mortgage insurance. If they want to pay mortgage insurance, you have to have a big down payment going down on it, because ultimately, especially in this particular pocket in Naples where we sold, there's like very small niche community. There's already 3 to 5 sales. Like the appraiser can't miss it. It's child's play, right? So if you're selling something 10, 15, 20% higher than the last property, it's going to cause issue if your buyer doesn't have that substantial amount of money. Not only that, they're going to be advised that the property didn't appraise. And that's with real comps in the real area. So there's really no objection to that. If we got an appraisal base in that community, which we sold it, now we're going to go through the next steps of this, because the inspection was on Friday, and now we're going to the finance contingency now. But if we do get into an appraisal issue now, we're fine, because we sold it at market value. We'll have no issues at all based on the last comps. But if we would have sold it where we currently were listed at, based on those comps, we would never have to. We couldn't argue it. We'd have to move on to another buyer, or the buyer would have to make arrangements, or we kill the deal, like I said, and go into another deal. But just be cautious too as a seller. You are selling in this market. Make sure you appraise the value. You got to get a good agent to kind of look at all the comps. You can't just be holding open houses and baking apple pies. To be honest, you gotta be a numbers person, very analytical to understand this, like a businessman. We've never considered ourselves in my business practice with our team as realtors. We're business people. We sell real estate. That's our commodity that we trade. But ultimately, we look at everything as a business. So we have to have very accurate numbers going into it, very professional how we do comparative market analysis, and everything has to be very, very linear. And we'll leave the open houses and baking apple pies to other agents, but ultimately you're going to need a strong agent, and especially in today's market, to get your house listed at the right price, get it sold, make sure that it's going to appraise on the closing. So that's most important. But that's the tip of the day, folks. Have a great day. We'll talk.